What is going on, Rivian fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to give you a good overview of the data points, what they're truly saying, and some latest updates about Rivian and if people should care or not. So I'm going to go over all that. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get right to it. So when it comes down to Rivian, there is no SEC filings, no specific news for Rivian per se, but there's some indirect stuff such as this electric vehicle tax credit and which EVs now qualify. And it does look like it is just being restricted to only Tesla, Ford, GM, and Stellantis. So when it comes down to Rivian, unfortunately, they are losing the tax credit. And in my opinion, I think that is a little bit more of a potential big deal. But despite that, though, it actually had a fairly big run yesterday. So as you can see, yesterday, it actually tried to break into the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band. It kind of failed to do so. So today is a little bit more of a consolidation day. But like I've said in the past, with Rivian expecting to be profitable in 2024, I don't know if this kind of removal of the tax credits does potentially change that, because I did early on invest in Tesla, and when they were potentially reaching their cap for the tax credit at the time, I believe it was in 2018, that was going to cause significant damage to Tesla. I know Elon was complaining quite a lot, saying that for the most part, the profit margins are now gone and so forth. So once again, I don't know if this is going to potentially affect Rivian significantly more than just face value. Something that we need to really factor in. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But like I said, based on my last update video for Rivian, Piper Sandler did give a downgrade of $15 for Rivian. And unfortunately, that caused a little bit, and I guess 8%, so not necessarily a little bit, it caused a very massive sell-off that I was actually able to catch nearly the bottom on. So I was very, very happy about that. So I bought in at 13.28 and it reached a high of around 14 a couple days back, like I mentioned. But it does look like Morgan Stanley did give a $24 price target. Cut it a little bit from 26, but still generally speaking, it's not too bad. If you are looking for a lot of good content such as this, take a look at Interactive Brokers, link in the description below and also the comments. But it does look like Morgan Stanley, an unknown analyst, so I don't know why it's not really showing up, but $24 in reality. So like I've said in the past, sometimes analysts are just cutting their ratings given the circumstances. Some have a little bit more of an overly bearish viewpoint, some have a overly bullish, but in my opinion, Morgan Stanley is bearish kind of on EVs behind the scenes. So the fact that they're giving a $24 price target is very, very optimistic. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. When it comes down to some of the data points behind the scenes, today there is a little bit more of an evenness going on. And what I mean by that, there is currently $1.23 million worth of calls being purchased versus $1.28 million for puts. So it's kind of evenly divided. And like I said, I think a lot of EV investors are just waiting for Wednesday after hours when Tesla is going to announce their earnings. That is going to cause massive ripples across the EV sector, both positive or potentially negative. So I think a lot of people are very much just anticipating that. And as far as big money getting in, you can see a lot of transactions today so far, but a little bit more on the selling side. So you can tell based on the bid and the ask and what the actual sale price was, majority were actually sell. So once again, it shows that a little bit more of a reduction in institutional buying potentially. And then when it comes down to shorts, I'll give you guys a quick overview of shorts. And like I've said in the past, I just bring this up because it's more of a benchmark rather than anything. Short score is currently 62, around 34% is the utilization. But currently shorts are increasing 1.53 million shares. So they definitely are trying to suppress Rivian today. 12.14% of the free float is in fact being shorted, and that works out to be about 73 million shares. Cost to borrow is complete penny, so definitely not going to be having a squeeze anytime soon. But like I said, to use this as a benchmark, the fact that they are increasing on a very red day, it goes to show that they do anticipate most likely Tesla or some other circumstance to really suppress and continue to suppress Rivian. And like I've mentioned about this, about them kind of losing out on the tax credits, I actually do think that is a fairly big deal. But of course, like I said, I could be very much wrong about that. And the reason why, like I said, I am bringing this up is because I do have that pre-existing experience with Tesla and Elon was really adamant about how these tax credits is very vital to kind of the profit margins, at least early on, and especially the fact that Rivian did say that they plan on being profitable in 2024, that might have to get pushed back because of this removal. But of course, like I said, I could be wrong in that regard. Currently 1343. So as far as the fib levels, it is between the S1 and the the S1 and the pivot. So when it comes down to a potential next step that you need to watch for is $13.30. And coincidentally, that is exactly the range that it did bounce off of today. So 1330 is that very big support that you need to watch for. If it does break that, anticipate a little bit more of a tentative sell-off once again. But if, for instance, Tesla earnings are very positive, then most likely you can anticipate a little bit more of a value rally per se, up to around the 1527-ish range, because looking here as well, stochastic has gone from very much overbought to kind of neutral, if anything, a little bit more oversold as well. Even though there is that little bit more of a bearish sentiment behind the scenes, still, like I've said in the past, Rivian, the fact that it's trading at these levels just does not make sense at all. And looking here, number of retail investors are getting in today, so another positive thing. So clearly people see value in Rivian, like myself, and have been taking advantage of the discounted prices, because what has happened over the last little bit is a little bit more unjustified, similar to a lot of the other EVs out there. So if you do have a long-term mentality, then Rivian at these prices, like, you can't go wrong. But of course, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Like I always say, the fact that 12.38 billion of a market cap for Rivian right now, yet they have 12 billion in cash, just something doesn't add up. So definitely something to really add to your watch list, or potentially average down, because it's only going to be a matter of time before the broader economy does start to transition and go into a little bit more of an expansionary stage. And when that does, Rivian is going to go up very, very fast, because like I mentioned, even Morgan Stanley, they are generally bearish on a lot of the big growth stocks such as Rivian. So the fact that they are giving $24 definitely goes to show that there is a lot of upside. And even right now, based on the average of all of these analysts right here, is $27.50, and that is 104% upside from these prices. So like I said, if you can, take advantage of these discounted prices, because even if it doesn't go up in 1 or 2 weeks, couple months, or whatever it might be, people are going to be looking back years from now at these prices and wish that they bought more. But again, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Like I mentioned, take advantage and take a look at Interactive Brokers, link in the description below and also the comments. One final thing I just wanted to share with you, there is a good promo with Moomoo, link in the description below and once again in the comments. Just sign up for a free account and you get 1 free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, so it is a complete no-brainer. Plus, Moomoo does offer $0 commission, free level 2 trading, and like I said, I can't go wrong with free by any means. And as you can see, if you deposit $100, you do get an additional 4 free stocks. So take advantage while you can. This is only for April, I do believe. So again, just take advantage. Without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Rivian.